Hi, everybody, and welcome to Trenton 365, the Trenton 365 show. And I'm your host and the founder of it, Jacque Howard. Thank you for tuning in through whatever the networks are, whether it's a social media platform such as Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or YouTube, as well as the local radio station WIMG 1300, a Black gospel station. Big up and thank you for being the first station to have the Trenton 365 show, and also WPHY covering Verizon through Mercer County, New Jersey. Thank you for all that. And that's off the top, y'all. But anyway, I'm really excited because, I know I bring a lot of interesting human beings to you all, but a lot of the human beings are doing lots of different things. But this next person that I'm going to bring you on is going to touch on so many different things, but we've got a short amount of time for this interview, but we're going to run through things. So number one, she'll be distributed through library boxes of Trenton, that program, as well as a WIMG, as well as Trenton 365 Performing Arts, because she's a makeup artist to the stars and the celebrities. And then also, y'all all know my passion for fashion. So we're going to also be distributing her things through the Trenton Business Casual page as well. So any of those ways you'll be able to connect with the lovely, talented, and always exactly the same. And I can say this because when we first met, we were all going through some changes in the retail industry. So welcome to Trenton 365, Mavis Payne. How are you, lady?
Hi, I'm so excited to be here.
Awesome. It is so nice to actually get a chance to see you. I mean, your energy is off the charts, has been from the beginning, always a positive mindset. Yo, Jacque, whatever's going on, just keep doing what you're doing. Same thing for you. You were always struggling along. And then you had this great position where you were traveling all over doing makeup, but you also had your side stuff doing, building your own brand. I'd like for you to introduce yourself, what you're doing, like how that all came about. And then let's jump into talking about makeup.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate that. My name is Mayvis Payne. I am a celebrity makeup artist. However, I am known to say everyone is a celebrity in my chair, right? So I've been in this space for a little bit over 15 years, started off in retail beauty, and things happen. I was blessed to start working with celebrities on shows, that type of thing. And then a couple years ago, I decided to launch my own cosmetic line, lip locks and lash locks. It's going to be luxury lip products and mink lashes. And then as recently as 2 weeks ago, oh my God, I stepped into a new space. I am an Amazon best-selling author. My very first book, Gloss Chronicles, Confessions of a Celebrity Makeup Artist. So I have the tea, honey. Yes, I do. I have the tea, and it's doing very well. It has opened some incredible doors, and I'm just rolling with it.
And Mavis, I think that's the whole part of it. For us, to be able to be in a space, whatever that space is, and to satisfy our souls and just roll with it. And
Yes.
earlier, during the pre-interview, you were bigging up your other half, your spouse, and then how important that is. I'd like for you to drill down on that because I think people are tired of hearing me talking about how important it is to have, your spouse, your wife, your husband, your children, your family, all supportive in your efforts.
Listen, it is incredibly important. And my husband is really responsible for me becoming a celebrity makeup artist because I was in corporate America, really loving my job. I had a very good career with a very nice cushion salary. However, after I completed makeup artistry school and he saw the passion that I have when I would do, part-time do makeup, and he recognized that. He said, why don't you just do that for a living? Because I see you when you have to go to work in retail beauty and you are just like energized. And, so he actually lit that fire up under me. And then fast forward, I said I wanted to relocate to New York so that I can do more television makeup. And he's like, let's do it. No. So we moved here. And then it's actually his request or suggestion that I even wrote the book. Because I would come home and I would tell him stories throughout the years. He's like, oh my God, you need to write a book. And I never really wanted to, but when 2020 happened, it was just like, okay, let's see what happens here. And then once I started to write, everything just flowed. I started thinking of stuff that I had long forgotten, so it is incredibly important to have that support system. My husband is the perfect person for me, but he's also my number one cheerleader. And I absolutely tell everyone. I talk about him a lot in the book, guys. So you gotta check it out.
And then you were spot on because it's available Amazon.com/lip gloss chronicles confessions of a celebrity makeup artist. And I'm going to be sharing those links as well through those other pages. And we've actually even talked about when things start to open up, because we want everyone to be safe.
Yes,
Listen to the
absolutely.
professionals, do what they're suggesting for you to do. We're going to be, when things open up, we'll be bringing together a bunch of artists that I've had the fortunate time to spend with and to interview with. And Mavis Payne has agreed to come to wherever that event is. So we're looking forward to doing that. So Mavis, you talked very eloquently about your husband and the support system, and we all know how important that is. But I know inside there had to be something in you, like artistically, that you wanted to get out. And when you did it, it just kind of like, just opened up your eyes. So when was it that makeup, just like it really captured your imagination?
Oh my God, Jacques, you're so spot on. So once I started into doing makeup, I started in retail beauty, right? And the thing that stuck with me is that I saw firsthand how something as simple as a lipstick could change a woman's outlook, right? And in addition to that, I would hear stories because, makeup artists are just, like we're like hairstylists. People tell us their deepest secrets, right? And I would hear these stories from these women for whatever reason their past experiences have, led them to believe that they're unattractive. Someone has told them they're unattractive. And then when I would bring out their best feature and give them the mirror, that expression always stayed with me. And I wanted every person to have that experience.
Uh, it, and I just had a thought, and I want to interrupt you with this, right? Because
Sure.
okay, that aha moment when your clients are like, "Oh man, I never knew that I looked that way," and
Mhm.
now all of a sudden you can see their personality, everything blossom out and up for them. At the same time, a lot of the celebrities that you work with, they're not perfect,
Nope.
and I'd like for you to just touch on that just a little bit, because I think a lot of folks are caught in this idea that what they see on television and movies and on social media, that's really how those folks are in everyday life.
Absolutely not. I tell people all the time, one of my reasons for writing this book, and you'll know in one of the chapters I talk specifically to celebrities because I think so many times they forget we're the ones that put them there, right? And so just be nice. I understand you're having a bad day. I understand, whatever the circumstance is, but just be nice because being nice can simply make someone's day. You know what I mean? And so I'm not starstruck. So I think that's one of the reasons God has given me this platform, right? So I've had so many celebrities tell me, you just make me feel so comfortable. I don't know why I'm telling you this. Like, and that is really what it's all about. The legacy that I want to leave with this book is to bring someone up that's coming up behind me, help them to navigate in this industry because this industry is very tricky. It could be cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? And that's the legacy that I want to leave. This book is not a gossip type book. It's not about, telling celebrities secrets. Yes, there are some stories and there are some experiences that I had, but I always try to tell you what happened, but bring it back to a positive spin because that's the legacy I want to leave. I don't want to leave a legacy, oh, she told the secrets or she told the tea. I want to leave the legacy that I've helped someone else and whatever space that they're in. I have reviews on Amazon now, and people are saying, this book helped me, and I'm not in the entertainment industry. I'm not in the film industry. There are nuggets of wisdom that you can leave, whether you're a celebrity or not. And so that's basically what I aspire to do with this book, is to tell you how to navigate in this industry. Because let's talk about, when I started, no one would help me. No one would give me advice. And I didn't want to be that person. I always wanted to make sure that I gave back to the next person.
There's a couple things, and I'm writing my notes here. And those who are familiar with the Trenton 365 show or the other programs that I host, this is what I do, and I do this for real. I mean, this is how I work through the process of figuring out what I do. So thank you for all the suggestions, but this is what I have to do at this point in time in my life.
Absolutely.
So Mavis, you touched on so many things here, and I will make sure that we bring them back, especially the ones I took notes to. First of all, is that you made it clear that you're not starstruck. You have no respect for a person's no partiality. And I think more human beings need to get to that space. Recently, I've been really sharing that, hey, look, we're all human beings. If we can't start there, that we're all on equal playing field, then we can't start. Because if the money you make, the color of your skin, where you live, any of those things are going to separate us from being humans, that means that at some point in time, you're going to be okay doing something to me.
Absolutely.
So start right there. All right. So if we got that taken care of, but then you talk about bringing others up, because I think that's something else that a lot of people, and I'm going to be straight up and say, this is mainly people of color who I'm speaking to, people who look like me and you. Where's this competition mindset come from? Look at the definition of the word competition. First of all, to be in competition, you got to know what the rules are. And we know for sure that the rules are not fair for everyone.
Absolutely.
In addition to that, the person who sets the competition, they're the ones who are benefiting from people competing. So if I'm not competing with you, I'm just doing my thing and you're doing your thing, there's much more of a chance for us to collaborate and build and work together. We've got to get rid of that crab theory in people of color's mindset. And I hope that people understand. If you don't know what the crab theory is, please look that up. Now, we got that taken care of. You want to bring others up. No respect of persons, there's no competition, you got your own brand, your own products, etc. And now you're branching out and you're writing a book. Well, you've written this book that's a bestseller, but even with the book, you're not looking to hurt nobody.
Nope.
Please share, and this is what really drew me to your personality, was that you don't have that energy of trying to hurt another human or to gossip or any of those things. And God knows, anyone in the retail industry, the fashion industry, we got options to talk all kind of trash about each other. So can you please drill down on that a bit?
Yeah, well, first of all, because of my faith, I just cannot do it.
Amen.
It's something that's in me that says, I don't have to bring you down in order to push myself up. I just don't, and then I'm very comfortable in my own space, in my own skin. I don't, even with the book, I don't have to compare myself to the next author or the author before me, because this is my space. This is my story. You may not like my story. My story is not for everyone, but this is my truth. This is who I am. So I don't necessarily have to dim someone else's light for my light to shine. We all have a place. And, when I first relocated to New York, I was sharing with a colleague in Washington, D.C. that I was relocating here. And he said to me, why are you moving there? There are so many makeup artists. There's so much competition. I said, you see it as competition. I see it as opportunity. We are not the same. So it's all in your perspective. If your perspective is to find negativity, to find that, that thing that's going to bring someone else down, you can always find a market for that. But let that not be what you're looking for. You know what I mean? And you said something about our culture. And I'm so glad you brought that up, because unfortunately, our culture is the only culture that doesn't leave a legacy of bringing other people up. We're the only ones, and we have to stop it. There is space for everyone. There's opportunity for everyone. There is enough work, believe it or not, for everyone. Case in point, I had no connections when I relocated to New York. I've had New York-based makeup artists born and bred tell me, how did you get that? Or ask me, how did you get that gig? I've been trying to get gigs like that forever, and I live here because your gift makes room for you. You don't have to, you don't have to stab anyone in the back. You don't have to badmouth anybody. You know, your gift makes room for you. And so that's the legacy that I want to leave. I want people to know that you don't have to be, this industry is known as cutthroat. It doesn't have to be. And even if the industry is, you don't have to be.
Amen. And you know what? I say that, and I don't know if people really understand and can really conceptualize what you're saying. No matter what's going on in the world, we as individuals have our own space. And most of us don't even know what that space is. With they don't, we don't, some of us don't know how to feel, how to be happy, how to find joy, what we like, what we want to do, what we don't want to do. But we're caught up in this rat race and doing all these things. And then next thing you know, we're doing things that we don't even know why we're doing them.
Yep.
And it's a pleasure to always be able to chat with human beings who, in whatever their magnitude on this planet is, understand and realize that and want to progress us. I want to make sure that we get back and talk about the fun art, the art
Yes.
of doing makeup. Now, there's so many trends that come along with all kinds of art, but makeup in particular. And it seems that now with the COVID pandemic, that now artists can't perform the way they were prior. So that's an issue. But at the same time, I think that the true ingenuity starts to bubble up now because people got to figure out, hey, how do I get better at this?
Yes.
So can you just talk about the art and the craft of makeup right now?
And not just getting better. So one of my goals is to eventually teach the beauty of business, not technique, because technique comes and goes. Trends come and go. Technique can be, manipulated or, emulated. But if you have your business together, so New York is shut down now. But if you have your business together, you create other avenues. Look, this book is another avenue. Zoom, I'm hired next month to teach Zoom classes to Middlesex Art Institute. There are all different areas. And the thing about what I love about art is just be creative. I have a different style of makeup than a lot of celebrity makeup artists, but I always wanted to be that artist where I'm not putting myself in a box. I'm not the artist that can only do urban style makeup or can only do editorial type of makeup. I like to have a very diverse portfolio, whether I continue in that vein or not, at least I can say I've done that. And I think when you do that, you open yourself up to so much more. Really had no intention of being in film and television when I started out as a makeup artist. I was just enjoying being a makeup artist. You know what I mean? And I think when you're confident and when you're enjoying and when you have passion, you attract people to you. Oh, I saw this makeup artist and I think she will be good for this and good for that. So, I'm not a person that's really stuck on technique or really stuck on tradition or you have to do it this type of way. Because the fact of the matter is there is always someone that can do what you do better than you do it, but no one could be you. People buy into you. They don't really buy into what you do, your products. People buy into you.
Yep. I want to cut you off there because I know we're going to run out of quick time, but I want to always give something for people to take away with. And I think that you nailed it in that last statement. The fact that it is the individual, number one. It's the individual. It's got to be you. It's what's your relationship to human beings, to others, and how do you treat others? And it costs nothing to be nice. So I don't know why everyone's not nice. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And you are an example of how just being a nice person, doing something that you love doing, and letting it inspire you and keeping your spirit in the right space, that now you've expanded to where you are now. Mavis Payne, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. I hope that we can chat again very soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. But I wanted to say you have that energy as well, which is what drew me to you in the first place.
Oh man, hallelujah. That means so much to hear that. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Mavis.
Thank you
Folks,
for having me.
oh, for sure, for sure. You'll be back. Folks, you've been listening and watching the Trenton 365 show. This and other interviews that I do is really just to have you meet the amazing human beings that I meet and hear their stories and to connect with them, because we all have opportunities to make things better or whatever. And the folks who I spend time with, man, they're amazing human beings. And I'm joyful to be able to have them in my life. And I encourage you to reach out to them. My name is Jacque Howard, creator and host of the Trenton 365 show. If you want to make a suggestion or come on to the show, just reach out to me on any of the social media platforms, hashtag Trenton 365, and that's the numbers. As always, folks, it's about justice, peace, and humility.